their parent alkane names or the alkane series. And for alkenes, this one consists of a double bond between the carbon and carbon atom. That is a functional group. And for alkynes, they consist of a triple bond between the carbon and carbon, and that one forms the functional group. Now, both the two, which is the alkanes and alkynes, we shall keep on referring to them as multiple bonds, which means they form more than two bonds. So in us using the name multiple bond, we shall be referring to the two class of organic compounds. Now, in naming them, we said that the parent name is derived from the parent alkane group. And the longest chain, that is the longest carbon chain containing the double or the triple bond, in this case is the one that we are going to consider. This is containing. So in naming of alkenes and alkynes, we are going to consider the longest parent chain that consists of a double, either double or a triple bond, in naming them. So that is the first case. And in this case, the name starts, the parent name starts with a position number of multiple bonds, and they may need the designation of the name cis or trans. Remember, this is a recap from the discussion that we have had on the introduction part of nomenclature of organic compounds. We talked about the name cis and trans to designate the configuration of this particular alkane series, and we say that alkanes have a property of forming a cis or a trans isomer of the respective compounds. So we shall look at that when we shall talk about configuration and conformation of molecules. But for now, in naming of the alkanes or the multiple bonds, we may need to use the term cis or trans where applicable. Now the suffix, that is the ending of the naming of the names for alkenes and alkynes. For alkenes, it ends with the name in, while for alkanes, it ends with the name yne, Y-N-E. So that is the parent name from the alkane. Alkenes may require the need of the use of the word cis or trans where applicable. And then thirdly, for the suffixes which are being used in naming of this particular compound, you find that for alkenes they take the suffix in, and for alkynes they take the suffix yne, etc. Now the numbering for this particular compounds, this is the numbering for this particular compounds, begin at the end closer to the multiple bond, and then if a compound consists of maybe both double and triple bond, and maybe they are equidistant,